Let me tell you about the Anil Ambani scam. Firstly, Anil Ambani is not a failed businessman. He is much more than that. I personally call him a financial scam mastermind. If you look at the way he's carried out the scam, he's not a person who's made one mistake leading to another. He's knowingly made a series of mistakes in the hope that he'll cover up for everything and run away with the money. He's not a financial wizard. He's a financial scamster. That's what I call the junior Ambani. You can't feel sorry for him. You can't call him a drifter, a spendthrift. You can't do that because if you look at the reality and you look at the entire number of lenders and the amount of money he's taken from everyone, he has defrauded almost 60 to 70% of India's financial system. The biggest of names, State Bank of India, LIC, Canara Bank, and over 30 other Indian banking and lending agencies and entities are among 39 lenders in all to whom he owes a minimum of 40,000 crore rupees. The problem, however, the real crime of Anil Ambani, which is why he's a bit of a financial criminal, is not that he owes the money. The real crime of Anil Ambani is that having taken the money, he tried his best, like a financial criminal, of disowning any responsibility, trying to create a layer between himself and his own lenders. But Anil Ambani, even that has been exposed now because we have documents with Anil Ambani's personal signature on them, where he took personal responsibility for returning the money. Remember, this was his signature. This is his ownership, which means he took the responsibility. But what did he do, ladies and gentlemen, after that? He did something very dangerous. As I break details of the Anil Ambani scam, remember all the scams we've broken in the past. I can tell you he outdoes everyone. Suresh Kalmadi, 2G scam, Devas ISRO, Kargil for profit, Adarsh, but this man is worse than all of the politicians put together. Now, the Republic Network has details of the contents of a secret Apple file accessed by the investigating agencies. This is an Apple file, and as per the contents of this Apple file, Anil Ambani was setting up different trusts in which he and his ex-actress wife, Tina Munim, and 2 sons were beneficiaries. Among other things, these trusts controlled a property worth 3,700 crore plus in Pali Hill in Mumbai. Ladies and gentlemen, the Apple file I have with me shows, and I have the full number of the file, everything, that Anil Ambani was working very closely with some advisors to get out of his financial mess by routing funds taken from lenders for his business to create a pool of personal wealth and ill-gotten fortune. And there is one more angle, viewers. Anil Ambani was taking the money in India and sending it to UK. Taking the money in India and sending it to China because by now he was overladen with money from here and there. He was a professional criminal by now, a financial criminal, taking money from here and there, routing it and thinking he's extra smart. Actually, Anil Ambani is not extra smart. Anil Ambani thought he was extra smart, but he's extra stupid. He took the equivalent of 13,538 crores minimum from Chinese banks in 2012. This is the time he was trying to be a Hollywood producer. What a fool. And then he took that Chinese money from a consortium. To pay them, he took money from a consortium of Indian banks. And when he couldn't pay even that, he planned to set up a pool of money for himself and his family members while washing his hands off his corporate loans. Now, if this is not a scam, I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, what is a scam? This is a classical scam. My question is, how did this man even dream of entering the defense sector of India? Who allowed him? Did nobody, including the French defense company Dassault, the makers of Rafale, do any due diligence while thinking about him as a partner for their defense business in India? What was he doing around 2016-17? Why was he being allowed entry? Who gave him entry? Was he given entry into the political establishment in a direct or indirect way, or did he falsely show high-level political contacts to swing mega deals in 2016? Because, ladies and gentlemen, around 2016 was when he was trying to do business with Rafale makers Dassault. This is the time the Chinese were already chasing him for overdue money. And exactly around the same time, an Indian banking consortium suddenly became his knight in shining armor, breaking all rules to help him. Is this possible? Who made this possible? And the nation does want to know the answer to this, that the banking consortium that went out of its way for the junior Ambani, these are the same banks who are ready to put an ordinary Indian citizen in jail if he owes them 1 lakh rupees and doesn't pay 1 month's EMI. How fair is that? Ladies and gentlemen, when I break financial scams, and I have done this for a long time, for at least over a decade and a half, my eventual goal is to ensure that these scamsters, political or corporate, do not loot the common man. But that is also a responsibility of the government, I say. It is also a responsibility of the government. I'm doing my part. Now, I have a document which says, and it's a government document, which says that Anil Ambani was allowed to take funds by SBI while not giving a personal guarantee, which is a basic certificate to avail a loan. Why did SBI allow that? Can that be a fault pinpointed to an individual junior or middle-level employee? I ask you tonight, will you get 50,000 rupees from the same PSU bank without a guarantee? So my point is, something is not adding up about Anil Junior Ambani. And I'm not saying this with any comment on his Epstein business. Remember, I'm not making a single comment on Epstein. I've not even come to Epstein yet. All I'm saying is that the shady Anil Ambani saw the shady Jeffrey Epstein as another way to make another round of quick money that he could roll over. Two shady men, two shady, very shady men rolling the dice together, hoping to live the fast life. One finished. Anil Ambani, one is finished, and you're trying to avoid go to jail. I'll wrap this up by saying that the Anil Ambani scam is going to be followed and broken by the Republic Media Network, even though I'm fully aware that the rest of the pink media should go pink, blushing at the way in which it is not reporting about Anil Ambani. The so-called business journalists who live on PR feeds should know that nobody has any faith in them anymore. But forget the sold-out media. It is time the central government realizes that Anil Ambani has, even in public perception, got away for too long, too far, and too unchecked. His game is up. Anil Ambani, listen to me. Your goose is cooked. This is Anil Ambani scam part 1 tonight, part 2 tomorrow, and any number of parts till justice is served.